I'm Mr. Tappy, and thank you for watching my video on balancing chemical equations. This will be part 1. So as you can see here, we have a normal chemical equation, and all we need to do is solve it. And so the first way that I've shown everyone how to do it is we're going to take inventory. And so we're going to split our equation into two, and the whole premise behind balancing chemical equations is that what we have in the beginning, we have in the end. Basically, we have the same number of nitrogen, the same number of hydrogen. In the end, we just have it arranged differently. And so let's get started. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll see that we have nitrogen here, and so I'll go ahead and put nitrogen here, and as you can see there's 2 of them, and so I'll just put 2 here. On this side we have nitrogen, and there is just 1. On the left side of the chemical equation we see we have hydrogen, and the little 2 next to it symbolizes there are 2 atoms of hydrogen. On this side, as you can see, hydrogen has 3. So the big question is, where do we start? And as a rule of thumb, I like to go with the biggest number, and so we go for the biggest number. And so the first thing that we'll go is here. As you can see, this is the biggest number. Well, 2 and 3 really don't have much in common. 2 can't go into 3, and 3 can't go into 2. And so what I've learned to do is it's best to multiply them together. And so if you get 2 times 3, it equals 6. And to get 3 to 6, you have to multiply it by 2. And so you add a 2 up here. Of course, this 2 affects the nitrogen, and it affects the hydrogen, and so it essentially affects both. And so you have the 2 times the nitrogen, which makes this a 2, and you have the 2 times the 3 here, which makes it a 6. And so we go back to the other side and we see, okay, so how do we get this hydrogen to be a 6? How do we get from 2 to 6? We multiply it times 3, and that gives us 6. And so we find hydrogen in the equation, which is right here. We multiply it by 3, and of course it affects that one, so 6 times 3 is 2. Now as you can see here, we have a 2 for nitrogen and a 2 for this nitrogen, and so nitrogen is good to go. As you can see, we have a hydrogen here, which is 6, and a hydrogen here, which is 6, and so hydrogen is good to go. And this is a fully balanced chemical equation. So some of you might be wondering, what do we do with this empty space here? Well, an empty space is simply just a 1. And so if we had to really write this out, we'd have 1 N2 plus 3 H2 produces 2 NH3. And so we have our complete answer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.